You're always emitting information. Everything physical is always emitting information. If you're animated with life, you're emitting energy and information. So what most people do is they say, I want the new house, the new car, the new relationship, I want a big bank account, I want my private jet, they do all that stuff. And then they visualize that, but when they visualize it, they never get in touch with how it would feel if it happened. In fact, they're hypnotized and conditioned into feeling the emotion when it happens. So they may do a little meditation or a little whatever, and they open their eyes and their senses say it's not there. So what do? They experience more lack, more separation. So when you're feeling lack and separation, you try harder. And now they try matter to try to produce the outcome because they're feeling separate from their future. So then thoughts are the electrical charge in the quantum field, and feelings produce a magnetic charge in the quantum field. And how you think and how you feel broadcasts electromagnetic energy that influences every single atom in your life. The thought sends the signal out, and the feeling draws the experience back to you. So then if the person is living in anger, impatience, resentment, frustration, and they're holding the intention of their future, that's mind and body in opposition. There's no vibrational match between anything in their future because they're saying, why hasn't it happened? And they're waiting for their healing to begin so that they feel gratitude. They're waiting for their success to feel abundant or empowerment. They're waiting for their new relationship to feel love. Well, that's the old model of reality of cause and effect, Newtonian physics, waiting for something outside to change how we feel inside. And if you're living in that lack, and you consciously or unconsciously know that you're creating your future, you're creating more lack. And if you're reacting to the people and conditions in your life that are all known to you, then your thoughts and feelings are equal to everything that you know. You keep creating the same life. So then, if you have to truly change, then close your eyes, disconnect from the environment, sit your body down, don't get up and do anything. Don't be in the program of the future, the past, and relax into the present moment. And now, teach your body emotionally what that future feels like before it happened. Now why? Well, the stronger the emotion you feel from the future you're creating, the more you're going to pay attention to the pictures in your mind, and you're going to begin to remember your future. And biologically, it's the same as remembering your past. So then you have to stay in the feeling of that future in order for you to be aligned to that destiny. And if you lose the feeling because of traffic or a coworker, and you start feeling another emotion, you just disconnected from the energy of your future. Now you're back to the energy of your past. And if you tell me it's because of that person that caused it, I'm going to say, oh, you're back to the unconscious program of being a victim. You're telling me that you're allowing something or someone outside of you to control how you feel and how you think. And that's a program. So then it takes great consciousness. It takes great work. So when there's a vibrational match between your energy and it's synchronized with some potential in the quantum field, now you no longer have to go anywhere to get it. Because you're connected to the field, you're going to begin to draw events or experience to you. And they're going to come in a way that you cannot predict. Because if you can predict them or anticipate them, they're nothing new. They have to surprise you. That's the unknown, right? And that's the fun part, because the brain learns by mistakes and surprises. Why not a few surprises? And when that event lands in your lap and it comes out of nowhere, you will look back at all the betrayals, all the traumas, all the things that happened in your past, and you will not want to change one thing in your past because it brought you to that moment. And that's the moment the past no longer exists. So people are healing from their past in a lot of ways when they do this work. And the side effect of all of this is they feel so whole, so happy with themselves, they no longer want anything. Like all the things they want, they don't really want the house, they're happy with themselves. Like, I think that's really a good place to start.
Have, do, or be anything you want if you controlled your mind. You can change your thinking. One way to look at this is the thoughts you're having right now are primarily negative. So that's the first thing to notice. Your thoughts are primarily negative. The second one is, you're not your thoughts. You are separate from your thoughts. And this is massive, earth-shaking news if somebody's hearing it for the very first time. There have been books that are called, You Are Not Your Mind, You Are Not Your Brain. And what they're saying is, these thoughts that we're having them. we're not them. If we can detach enough to go, oh, here comes that I'm not good enough thought again, and let it go by, we are one step removed from it. Now we've clipped off that energy that was causing us to feel bad because of that thought. So that's the second step, is to become aware that I'm not my thoughts. Third step is to start to generate what you do want to think. And this is where things like affirmations, positive thinking, positive statements, instead of saying I'm not good enough, begin to say I am good enough. Begin to say this can work out for me. If this material has worked for other people, why can't it work for me too? You know, I'm human, they're human, and you can start to rebuild your software of the mind, if you want, if you will. And these are all elements. And then there's, we can get into details like what you're going to tend to bring into your life are things that you think about a lot. Most people think about the things they're afraid of, the things that they're worried about. I tell people, why don't you start thinking about the things you love, the things you're passionate about. You're going to go in a new direction. You'll be happier. You'll be healthier. You're going to have better momentum, better enthusiasm. So the repetition of that is going to be a big thing. Emotion, going with those feelings of passion, is going to fuel you to go in a direction that you prefer. And actually having an image. And the image could be a graphical representation of what you want. It could be a house, it could be a car, it could be a job, it could be a pile of money, it could be spiritual awakening, whatever you can do. Because the brain, the reticular activating system in the brain, responds to repetition, imagery, and emotion. So all of this is in the direction of, it's like a condensed course on how to redirect your life, but becoming aware that you're not your thoughts, those negative thoughts, you can let them go. You can start to create new thoughts. You can actually aim where you want to go by choosing what you want, getting an image of what you want, fueling it with passion and love, and then you can start to create it almost organically and automatically.
And why as humans do we tend not to do that? Where does this negativity come from? Is it an old survival instinct?
That is exactly, you don't even need me to answer these questions. No. You already know. It is an old survival instinct. What we're on alert for, we're hardwired for it. We're on alert for danger. We're on alert for anything that can stop us from breathing, from living. And so our reticular activating system, that part of our brain in the back of our head at the top of the spine, is already hardwired to be on alert for anything that is a threat to you, your loved ones, your life, and all of this. And so negativity and fear and worry are all things programmed to alert you that that could be dangerous. And that's fine. Our reticular activating system and our survival is working. You're here. I'm here. Your viewers are here. We can applaud that part of our system that is working. It is keeping us surviving. But what I and the other teachers are saying is that you can program it for other things. You can program it for what you want. So if you do want more wealth, or you want the romance, or you want the health, or you want the house, or the job, or a spiritual awakening, or fill in the blank, you follow the same principles that have been used to keep you surviving, but you use it for these things that you would like to have, do, or be in your life.
Okay. Talking about imagery, because this is interesting. So if I want something, I need to actually conjure up and create an image like a vision board, or just have something in my mind I'm associating with that future outcome?
Well, it's both. And what I look for is some sort of, I call it a graphical representation of what you want. And a vision board is a very popular way of doing it, because a vision board is pretty much like a big poster board, and people have cut out pictures of what they want. So I had a ride over here in a Mercedes. So if I wanted a Mercedes, I might go on Google and conjure up a bunch of different, search for a bunch of different images, find one that really makes me excited, print it, cut it out, and put it on the vision board. And if there was a particular house, like you lived in San Diego at one point, there's some wonderful mansions and old style Mediterranean homes near the water. And if I wanted one of those, I'd find some sort of image of it, cut it out, and put it on the vision board. The idea is I don't want to just think it. I need to communicate to my subconscious mind that this is my next desire. And so if I can see the image of it and see it a lot, that's the repetition part of it, I will be communicating to my mind that this is what I would like to attract into my life. And so vision boards are very popular, and I tell people your vision board can be on your phone, it can be on your refrigerator, it can be something that's on your dashboard, it can be something that's by your bathroom, bedroom mirror, any number of these. You want to see it, you want to stumble across it. So it's not just thinking about it, because your mind can just go off in a different direction and bring you a different image, you need to be reminded of it. You want to put that up there and say, there's that house, there's that car, there's that bank account, whatever it happens to be.
Okay. And should I have different images for different parts of my goals, like a house maybe, or certain thing in my business, or certain things in my relationships, or my body, or?
Yeah, that is a great question. There's mixed information on that. My own view is focus on one thing at a time. If you focus on one thing at a time, you are a missile, targeted and sending a powerful signal right into your subconscious mind. There's no confusion. There's like, I want this car. That's it. I don't think there's anything wrong with having like a master vision board and all the different things you were just referring to are there. So there could be the romance in the house and a boat and whatever it happens to be. It could be all on there. But I think it's wiser and more powerful, more effective, more efficient, and accelerated to pick one thing at a time. When I reflect over my own life and my greatest accomplishments, I believe they came when I was really focused. When I said, I'm writing this book, or I'm recording this music, or I'm going after this car, or I want this kind of awakening, and that was the primary focus, I would get it fast. His mind is only operating from previous programming. And the previous programming for virtually everybody is about lack and limitation, fear, worry, survival. Naturally so. That we're just trying to live here on the planet. But what I and other people are saying is, look, you can not only survive, you can thrive. You can prosper. You can have an exhilarating life. You just have to do a little work. And the little work is about looking at your beliefs. Because my rule of thumb is, you change your beliefs, you get a different